Our schools are much like our prisons. They only do what they're designed to do, and it annoys us that they don't do anything else. The previous quote was stated by Daniel Quinn, a well-known author and a skeptic of education. Today, I would like to bring up some fallacies of our educational system, give various inputs that support this, and propose an intriguing alternative for what we can do in our classrooms. So, to begin with, how many of you guys, men back to third grade, learned how to write in cursive? How many of you all write in cursive? Less than about half, kind of. It's like a little mixed, little shindig. So, according to Steve Graham, a professor at Vanderbilt University, teachers spend 60 minutes a week or 15 minutes a day on cursive in the third grade class. Put that in perspective, that's 40 hours during the third grade year learning cursive. The point that I'm trying to make here is that our educational system implements certain criteria for students that are necessarily not of benefit to the students. Since the age of 4 or 5, children are shipped to schools for 8 hours a day, surrounded by complete strangers, and convinced that this is what they must do to be successful. However, this was not the case when we were just another animal in the animal kingdom. Daniel Quinn has made it a mission to inform society about the educational system and how have we become accustomed to it, and it's merely a prison to house our children while our parents go to work. Quinn argues that instead of wasting countless hours of kindergarten time teaching children things like what a dollar bill looks like, what the color blue is, we should be doing more kinesthetic and natural things. So we're going to do a little pop quiz. One of these fruits is edible and one is not, and so I'm going to ask you guys who thinks that this one's edible? Who thinks this one? So whoever picked this one, you probably died. Because it's called the senecio fruit, and it's found in Syria. And if you eat it, it has antibodies that counteract your salivary glands and completely dries your mouth out. So, this is the point that I'm trying to make, and we're not teaching this in schools. I'm not saying the world's going to end, but if things do happen, it's more important to know how to sustain life and live than to know what 2 + 2 equals. So, it's more kinesthetic for children as well in making shelters, exploring nature, making tools for them to use. It's more kinesthetic, and kindergartners, I know, would love that much more. So now, it's time to open your minds to a new theory of why we're somewhat obligated to attend school until we graduate or some of us decide to drop out. According to Quinn, schools do a superb job of keeping young people out of the job market. The average job that pays hourly accepts applications of candidates ages 16 or older, and a lot of other jobs require 18 or older, 21 years older for more experience. Now, the main issue at hand is that the average girl should be able to work between the ages of 9 and 13, and the average boy between the ages of 10 and 14. This is the time that most kids go through puberty. Now, this sounds crazy from our perspective, but in tribes all over the world, puberty is the distinction of becoming an adult. Nevertheless, in our society, it's merely a troubling time for the individual, where they have acne and they have to deal with a bunch of issues that are going on, and they still have to attend school regularly. Nevertheless, okay, just kidding. This age in many adolescent minds is a constant struggle of uncertainty and rebellion. Many years ago, this age group was required to work, and now there are literally child labor laws that prohibit them from working. Furthermore, because of this exemption of workers, those young teens are only categorized as consumers, which costs their parents billions of dollars a year. According to an article by Liz Pulling Weston called The Hidden Cost of Teenagers, a fairly average teen is costing about $1,000 a month, and that's before they can even drive. This is billions of dollars that could be made in the job market by these children to learn how to survive, literally. Finally, the solution I propose is to implement 2 ideas. First of all, something has to be done about the primary education system. Our children do not need to spend all day learning that 2 + 2 = 4, or that an animal lives in the ocean and is called a whale. They live to explore, and they will uncover this on their own time. So I propose a restructure of the way our children are introduced to the knowledge in public schools. A curriculum devoted to answering the questions of children rather than drilling them with pointless facts that they don't need to know. Secondly, the novels and ideas of Daniel Quinn should be a required reading for every junior public high school in the nation. The knowledge I've gained from reading just 3.5 of his books so far is infinitely more valuable than the information I learned in 6th grade to take the CSAT or junior year to take the ACT. There's no significance in analyzing Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, as there are countless possibilities to what an opium addict who married his 13-year-old cousin is really thinking. The main effort I'm making is to awaken you all from the monotony that we're all accustomed to. We should not be lollygagging around day to day, learning things that we unavoidably discover or never remember, such as the capital of every state, or diseases you can get from having sex. We should be going back to the beginning, where we were simply just another creature and did not think the world revolved around us. We have to make an effort to continue to exist and not just exist to continue. Blessed are those who do whatever they can, wherever they are, for no one is devoid of resources or opportunities. That's another quote by Daniel Quinn. And to get this started, you'd have to start it out on a small level. And so this is the school board director of District 11, and I've given you he's got his phone number and his email. I mean, he has to listen. He's a school board director. He listens to the community. I mean, you can make it. You can go to a school board here, or they have meetings all the time, and all you got to do is just make your voice known. And I feel passionate about it, and I just hope you guys do as well.